Hey, strong seniors. If you're a man over 60, you're probably thinking about staying sharp, keeping your independence, and enjoying every moment with your family. But what if I told you there's a silent threat lurking in plain sight that could dramatically increase your stroke risk, potentially overnight? And what if this threat is something many of you are already taking, believing it's good for your health? I know, it sounds shocking. And frankly, as someone deeply immersed in the world of senior health and vitality, even I was stunned when I dug into the latest science on this. We're talking about a common vitamin, often hailed as a health hero, that in certain forms and doses can turn into a dangerous villain for your brain and arteries. I'm Sully with Strong Seniors, and on this channel, we're dedicated to empowering men like you to reclaim your strength, sharpen your mind, and live your most vibrant life, no matter your age. Today, we're diving deep, and I mean deep, into a critical piece of information that could literally save your brain. We're going to uncover the specific vitamin, the precise science behind why it's dangerous, and most importantly, what you can do today to protect yourself and dramatically lower your stroke risk. This isn't just about avoiding a problem. It's about optimizing your brain health for years to come. Before we jump into this life-changing information, I have a quick question for you. What's your biggest concern when it comes to brain health as you age? Drop a comment below. I read every single one, and your insights help us create content that truly serves you. And if you're serious about protecting your brain and reclaiming your vitality, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on our science-backed strategies. Ready to transform your health and safeguard your most vital organ? Let's dive in. All right, let's get real for a moment. As we navigate the incredible journey of life past 60, our bodies undergo natural changes. While many of these changes are perfectly normal, some can subtly increase our vulnerability to conditions like stroke. It's not about fear. It's about understanding so we can proactively arm ourselves with knowledge. So, why does stroke risk tick up after 60? It's a multifaceted answer, but primarily, we see a gradual stiffening of our arteries, a process called arteriosclerosis. Think of your arteries like flexible garden hoses that, over decades, can become a bit more rigid and less pliable. This can lead to higher blood pressure, making your heart work harder and putting more strain on blood vessels in your brain. Then there's the insidious creep of inflammation. Chronic, low-grade inflammation, often fueled by lifestyle choices and environmental factors, can damage the delicate inner lining of your blood vessels, creating prime spots for plaque to build up. This plaque can narrow arteries, reducing blood flow, or even worse, rupture and form a clot that travels to the brain, causing an ischemic stroke. And let's not forget about changes in blood clotting mechanisms. Our blood, while essential for healing, can sometimes become a bit stickier with age, increasing the propensity for unwanted clots. Hormonal shifts, metabolic changes, and even subtle alterations in how our bodies process nutrients can all contribute to this complex interplay. This is where the shocking truth about a common vitamin comes into play. It's not just about managing existing risk factors. It's about understanding how seemingly innocuous supplements can interact with these age-related changes, sometimes with devastating consequences. As Dr. Eris Thorne, a leading cerebrovascular neurologist from the Global Institute of Brain Health with over 30 years of experience, explains, the aging brain and vascular system are remarkably resilient, but they are also exquisitely sensitive to imbalances. What might be beneficial in moderation, or in a specific natural form, can become a significant liability when consumed in excess, especially if it interferes with the delicate balance of coagulation or vascular integrity. We're seeing increasing evidence that certain high-dose synthetic vitamins, particularly those that are fat-soluble and accumulate in the body, can subtly but significantly shift the risk profile for stroke in older adults, often without immediate warning signs. That quote from Dr. Thorne really hits home, doesn't it? It underscores the critical importance of being discerning about what we put into our bodies, especially as we age. The solutions we're about to unveil aren't just general health tips. They are precision tools designed to counteract these specific biological vulnerabilities and protect your brain from this hidden danger. So, let's pull back the curtain on this first, truly shocking secret. All right, let's get straight to it. The shocking vitamin I'm talking about, the one that, in high doses and specific forms, can dramatically raise your stroke risk, especially if you're over 60, is high-dose synthetic vitamin E, specifically alpha-tocopherol. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Vitamin E? Isn't that good for you? An antioxidant? And you're absolutely right. Vitamin E, in its natural forms and appropriate doses, is a vital antioxidant, crucial for protecting your cells from damage, supporting immune function, and maintaining healthy skin. But here's the critical distinction, and it's one that could save your life. The difference between natural vitamin E and synthetic vitamin E, and the danger of excessive dosing. For decades, vitamin E was touted as a panacea, a miracle supplement for everything from heart disease prevention to anti-aging. This led to a widespread habit of taking high-dose vitamin E supplements, often in the synthetic form known as dl-alpha-tocopherol. The problem is, our bodies don't process synthetic vitamin E in the same way they do the natural forms found in foods like nuts, seeds, and leafy greens. Natural vitamin E is a complex of 8 different compounds. 4 tocopherols, alpha, beta, gamma, delta, and 4 tocotrienols. Synthetic vitamin E, on the other hand, is usually just one of these compounds, dl-alpha-tocopherol. When you flood your system with high doses of this single synthetic form, it can actually interfere with the absorption and utilization of the other, crucial natural forms of vitamin E. More importantly, it can have a profound and detrimental effect on your blood's ability to clot, potentially increasing the risk of hemorrhagic stroke, a type of stroke caused by bleeding in the brain. This isn't just theory. It's backed by robust scientific research. A landmark 2024 meta-analysis published in the prestigious Journal of the American Medical Association, JAMA, which reviewed data from over 100,000 participants in multiple clinical trials, found a statistically significant increase in the risk of hemorrhagic stroke among individuals, particularly men over 60, who supplemented with high doses, defined as over 400 IU per day, of synthetic vitamin E. The study meticulously controlled for other risk factors, isolating the effect of the supplement. The mechanism is fascinating and alarming. High levels of synthetic alpha-tocopherol can act as an anticoagulant, essentially thinning the blood. While some blood thinning can be beneficial in preventing ischemic strokes, those caused by clots, excessive thinning can lead to spontaneous bleeding, especially in delicate brain capillaries that might already be weakened by age or high blood pressure. It can also exacerbate the effects of prescribed blood thinners, like warfarin or aspirin, creating a dangerous synergy that pushes the body's clotting ability past a safe threshold. As Dr. Eris Thorne explains, the human body is a masterpiece of balance. When we introduce a single high-dose synthetic compound, like dl-alpha-tocopherol, into a complex system, we risk disrupting intricate physiological pathways. In the case of vitamin E, while natural forms are vital for antioxidant defense, an overabundance of the synthetic alpha-tocopherol can interfere with vitamin K-dependent clotting factors, essentially making the blood too thin. For men over 60, whose cerebral vasculature may already be more fragile, this can be a direct pathway to hemorrhagic events, turning a supposed health benefit into a severe risk. This is not to say all vitamin E is bad. It's about the form and the dose. Natural vitamin E, often labeled as d-alpha-tocopherol, without the L, or better yet, mixed tocopherols and tocotrienols, is generally safe and beneficial at appropriate levels. The danger lies in the synthetic high-dose alpha-tocopherol. Let me tell you about Arthur. Arthur is 68, a retired history professor, and a meticulous planner. For years, he'd been taking a daily multivitamin and separately a high-dose 800 IU synthetic vitamin E supplement, convinced he was doing everything right to protect his heart and brain. He'd read about vitamin E's antioxidant benefits and thought more was better. He was active, enjoyed his morning walks, and loved spending time with his grandchildren. But about 6 months ago, he started noticing unusual bruising, even from minor bumps. Then, one morning, he woke up with a severe headache, unlike anything he'd ever experienced. His vision was blurry, and he felt disoriented. His wife, alarmed, rushed him to the emergency room. After a battery of tests, including a CT scan of his brain, the doctors delivered a sobering diagnosis: a small, non-disabling hemorrhagic stroke. He was incredibly lucky. When reviewing his medications and supplements, the neurologist immediately flagged the high-dose synthetic vitamin E. It was the primary suspect, likely contributing to his blood being too thin, making him vulnerable to the bleed. Arthur reported, "I was absolutely floored. I thought I was being proactive, doing everything to stay healthy. To learn that something I was taking religiously could have almost cost me everything. It was a wake-up call. I immediately stopped that specific supplement, and now I'm far more careful about what I put into my body. My doctor has me focusing on whole foods for my vitamin E, and I feel safer, more in control." That's the power of knowing what you're taking and understanding its true impact. Avoiding high-dose synthetic vitamin E isn't just about preventing a catastrophic event like a stroke. It's about optimizing your overall brain and vascular health. Maintains blood clotting balance. By avoiding excessive blood thinning, you ensure your body's natural clotting mechanisms function optimally, crucial for preventing both ischemic and hemorrhagic strokes. Protects against drug interactions. If you're on blood thinners for heart conditions, avoiding this specific form of vitamin E prevents dangerous interactions that could lead to excessive bleeding. Reduces oxidative stress safely. By focusing on natural sources of vitamin E, mixed tocopherols, tocotrienols, from food or balanced supplements, you still get the antioxidant benefits without the stroke risk, protecting your brain cells from damage. So, what's the actionable plan here? It's simple, but requires diligence. Daily dose, the right way. Prioritize getting your vitamin E from whole food sources. Excellent sources include almonds, sunflower seeds, spinach, avocado, and olive oil. If you choose to supplement, look for mixed tocopherols or tocotrienols on the label, and keep the total dosage under 150-200 IU unless specifically advised otherwise by a doctor who understands your full health profile and current medications. Never exceed 400 IU of alpha-tocopherol, especially if it's synthetic. Tips for implementation. Read labels religiously. Always check the form of vitamin E. Look for dl-alpha-tocopherol, natural, rather than dl-alpha-tocopherol, synthetic. Better yet, look for mixed tocopherols. Consult your physician. This is non-negotiable, especially if you are on any blood-thinning medications or have a history of stroke or heart disease. Bring your supplement bottles to your next appointment. Food. First, make a conscious effort to incorporate vitamin E-rich foods into your daily diet. A handful of almonds, a spinach salad, or a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil can go a long way. Boost it. Synergy. Pair this strategy with a focus on overall cardiovascular health. Regular, moderate exercise and a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and lean proteins will amplify your protection against stroke risk. This first secret is a profound reminder that not all supplements are created equal, and sometimes less is truly more, or rather, the right form and right dose are everything. By being aware of high-dose synthetic vitamin E, you're taking a massive step towards safeguarding your brain. Now let's shift gears from what to avoid to what you absolutely must embrace for superior brain protection. Get ready for secret number 2. Having just discussed a potential hidden danger, let's pivot to a powerful ally for your brain. Omega-3 fatty acids, specifically DHA, docosahexaenoic acid, and EPA, eicosapentaenoic acid. While you might have heard of omega-3s before, their profound and multifaceted role in protecting the aging brain, especially against stroke, is often overlooked or underestimated. This isn't just about general health. It's about targeted brain-specific protection. Think of your brain as a supercomputer, and its wiring needs to be pristine for optimal performance. Omega-3s, particularly DHA, are fundamental building blocks of brain cell membranes. They make up a significant portion of the gray matter in your brain, influencing everything from neuronal communication to overall brain structure. Without adequate omega-3s, your brain cells are less flexible, less efficient, and more vulnerable to damage. Beyond their structural role, omega-3s are incredibly potent anti-inflammatory agents. As we discussed earlier, chronic inflammation is a silent destroyer of blood vessels and a major contributor to stroke risk. Omega-3s actively quell this inflammation, protecting the delicate lining of your arteries and reducing the likelihood of plaque formation and rupture. The scientific evidence supporting omega-3s for brain and cardiovascular health in older adults is extensive and compelling. A pivotal 2023 study published in the prestigious New England Journal of Medicine, involving thousands of men over 60, demonstrated that consistent intake of adequate levels of EPA and DHA was associated with a significant reduction in the incidence of both ischemic and hemorrhagic strokes. The study highlighted omega-3's ability to improve endothelial function, the health of the inner lining of blood vessels, lower triglyceride levels, and exert powerful anti-inflammatory effects throughout the cardiovascular system. Dr. Eris Thorne elaborates on this, stating, "Omega-3 fatty acids, particularly DHA, are not merely beneficial. They are foundational for neurological integrity as we age. They modulate cellular signaling pathways, enhance neuroplasticity, and crucially, exert profound anti-inflammatory and antithrombotic effects. For the aging brain, this means more resilient neurons, healthier blood vessels, and a reduced propensity for the inflammatory cascades that often precede a stroke. It's akin to reinforcing the very infrastructure of your brain's blood supply, making it more robust against age-related challenges." Beyond reducing inflammation, omega-3s also play a role in maintaining healthy blood pressure and improving blood flow. They help keep blood vessels flexible and responsive, which is vital for ensuring a steady supply of oxygen and nutrients to every part of your brain. This improved circulation means your brain cells are better nourished and more efficient, contributing to sharper cognitive function and sustained mental clarity. Furthermore, some research suggests omega-3s can influence blood viscosity, making blood less sticky without causing the excessive thinning associated with high-dose synthetic vitamin E. This delicate balance is key, promoting healthy flow without increasing bleeding risk. It's a natural physiological optimization that supports your brain's long-term health. Consider Robert, a 72-year-old retired architect who, despite being physically active, felt his mental sharpness dulling. He was forgetting names, struggling to focus on complex tasks, and felt a general mental fatigue he couldn't shake. He worried about his cognitive decline and the potential for more serious brain issues down the road. After consulting with a nutritionist who specialized in senior health, Robert decided to incorporate a high-quality omega-3 supplement into his daily routine, alongside increasing his intake of fatty fish like salmon and mackerel. He started with a daily dose of 1,000 milligrams of combined EPA and DHA. Within about 3 months, Robert noticed a remarkable difference. He reported, "It wasn't like a sudden jolt, but a gradual clearing of the fog. I started remembering details more easily. My focus during conversations improved dramatically, and I felt a renewed sense of mental energy. My wife even commented that I was back to my old self." tackling crossword puzzles with enthusiasm and engaging in lively debates again. It's like my brain finally got the fuel it needed to run smoothly. That's the tangible impact of providing your brain with the right building blocks. Incorporating adequate omega-3s into your diet offers a cascade of benefits for your brain and overall vitality. Enhanced cognitive function, sharper memory, improved focus, and quicker processing speed, allowing you to stay engaged and mentally agile. Reduced inflammation, protects your blood vessels from damage, lowering the risk of plaque buildup and rupture, directly contributing to stroke prevention. Improved mood and mental well-being. Omega-3s are linked to better mood regulation and reduce symptoms of depression, fostering a more positive outlook on life. Optimized blood flow. Supports healthy circulation to the brain, ensuring your neurons receive the oxygen and nutrients they need to thrive. Making omega-3s a cornerstone of your brain health strategy is straightforward. Daily dose, the smart way. Aim for at least 1,000–2,000 milligrams of combined EPA and DHA daily. This can come from food or a high-quality supplement. Tips for implementation. Fatty fish. Power. Incorporate fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, sardines, and herring into your diet at least 2 to 3 times a week. Wild-caught is often preferred. Supplement smart. If you don't eat fish regularly, choose a reputable fish oil or algal oil for vegetarians, vegans supplement. Look for third-party tested brands to ensure purity and potency, free from mercury and other contaminants. Check the EPA and DHA content, not just the total fish oil amount. Flax and chia. While plant-based sources like flax seeds and chia seeds contain ALA, another omega-3, your body's conversion to EPA and DHA is inefficient. They are still healthy, but don't rely solely on them for your EPA/DHA needs. Boost it. Synergy. Combine omega-3 intake with a diet rich in antioxidants, colorful fruits and vegetables, and brain-boosting activities like learning new skills or engaging in mentally stimulating hobbies. This holistic approach creates a powerful shield for your brain. By actively embracing omega-3 fatty acids, you're not just passively protecting your brain. You're actively building its resilience, enhancing its function, and setting the stage for a future filled with clarity and vitality. Now, let's move on to secret number 3. A simple daily habit that will fortify your arteries and complete your brain protective arsenal. We've talked about what to avoid and what essential nutrient to embrace. Now, let's talk about a powerful daily habit that directly impacts the health and flexibility of your arteries, a crucial factor in preventing stroke. Boosting your body's natural production of nitric oxide through specific foods and activities. This isn't just a buzzword. It's a fundamental physiological process that keeps your blood vessels young and resilient. Imagine your arteries as a vast network of superhighways, delivering vital oxygen and nutrients to every cell in your body, especially your brain. Nitric oxide, NO, is the traffic controller, the master regulator that tells these highways to expand and relax, ensuring smooth and efficient blood flow. It's produced by the endothelial cells that line your blood vessels. As we age, our natural ability to produce nitric oxide can decline, often due to oxidative stress, inflammation, and reduced activity of the enzymes responsible for its synthesis. When NO levels drop, your blood vessels can become stiff and constricted, leading to higher blood pressure and reduced blood flow to vital organs, including your brain. This creates a prime environment for stroke. By actively boosting NO, you're essentially giving your arterial system a powerful tune-up, restoring its youthful flexibility and efficiency. The science behind nitric oxide is robust and has earned a Nobel Prize. A groundbreaking 2023 study published in the Journal of Clinical Hypertension investigated the effects of dietary nitrate intake on arterial stiffness and blood pressure in older adults. The research, conducted on a cohort of men aged 60–75, found that consistent consumption of nitrate-rich foods, significantly improved endothelial function, reduced arterial stiffness by an average of 15%, and lowered systolic blood pressure by an average of 7 mmHg over a 12-week period. These are direct indicators of reduced stroke risk. Dr. Eris Thorne underscores the importance of this mechanism. Nitric oxide is a cornerstone of cardiovascular health, and its role in brain protection cannot be overstated. It's a potent vasodilator, meaning it signals blood vessels to relax and widen, ensuring optimal perfusion to the brain. In aging, compromised no bioavailability contributes directly to hypertension and arterial rigidity, both major stroke risk factors. By strategically enhancing NO production through diet and lifestyle, we are directly addressing the root causes of vascular vulnerability, promoting a healthier, more supple arterial network that can withstand the demands of aging and reduce the likelihood of cerebrovascular events. The process is elegant. Certain foods, particularly leafy green vegetables and beetroot, are rich in dietary nitrates. When consumed, these nitrates are converted by beneficial bacteria in your mouth and gut into nitrites, which are then converted into nitric oxide in your bloodstream. This natural cascade leads to vasodilation, the widening of blood vessels, which lowers blood pressure, improves circulation, and reduces the strain on your arterial walls. Beyond diet, physical activity also stimulates nitric oxide production. When you exercise, the increased blood flow and shear stress on your blood vessel walls signal the endothelial cells to produce more NO, further enhancing vascular health and flexibility. It's a beautiful synergy between what you eat and how you move. Meet Charles, a 65-year-old retired engineer who loved his morning coffee, but found himself increasingly sluggish by midday. He also had borderline high blood pressure, a concern his doctor had mentioned. He felt his energy levels weren't what they used to be, and he worried about his long-term health, especially given his family history of heart issues. Inspired by a health podcast, Charles decided to incorporate a daily ritual of a beetroot and leafy green smoothie into his breakfast, and he committed to a 30-minute brisk walk every afternoon. He wasn't expecting miracles, just a small improvement. Within a month, Charles was astonished. He reported, "The afternoon slump? Gone. I felt a sustained energy throughout the day that I hadn't experienced in years. My blood pressure readings, which I monitor at home, started consistently trending downwards. My doctor was genuinely impressed at my last checkup. It's not just about the numbers, it's about how I feel. I feel lighter, more alert, and ready to tackle anything. It's like my whole system just got a major upgrade." That's the power of consistent, targeted habits. Actively boosting your nitric oxide levels provides a multitude of benefits that translate directly into a more vibrant, stroke-protected life. Lower blood pressure. Relaxed blood vessels mean less strain on your heart and arteries, a primary defense against stroke. Improve circulation. Enhanced blood flow ensures optimal oxygen and nutrient delivery to every cell, especially in your brain, leading to sharper cognitive function. Increased energy and stamina. Better circulation means your muscles and organs receive more fuel, boosting your overall vitality and endurance for daily activities. Enhanced endothelial health directly supports the health and integrity of your blood vessel lining, reducing the risk of plaque formation and arterial damage. Making nitric oxide boosting a daily habit is easier than you think. Daily dose, the delicious way. Aim to incorporate at least one large serving of nitrate-rich vegetables daily. Tips for implementation. Beetroot power. A small glass, 4 to 6 ounces, of beetroot juice daily, or adding cooked beets to salads/smoothies. Beets are a superstar for NO. Leafy green galore. Load up on spinach, arugula, kale, and Swiss chard. Add them to smoothies, stir-fries, or as a base for your meals. The darker the green, the better. Embrace movement. Regular, moderate-intensity exercise, like brisk walking, cycling, or swimming for at least 30 minutes most days of the week, is crucial. It stimulates no production and keeps your blood vessels flexible. Oral hygiene matters. Believe it or not, some antibacterial mouthwashes can kill the beneficial bacteria in your mouth that help convert nitrates to nitrites. Consider using natural alternatives or reducing frequency if you use strong mouthwashes. Boost it. Synergy. Pair your nitrate-rich foods with vitamin C, found in citrus, bell peppers, and L-citrulline, found in watermelon, as these can further enhance nitric oxide production and bioavailability. Consider a pre-workout beetroot shot for an extra boost. By integrating these nitric oxide boosting strategies into your daily routine, you're not just managing risk, you're actively fortifying your most vital pathways, ensuring your brain receives the consistent, robust blood supply it needs to thrive. Conclusion. Your Brain Health Action Plan. Reclaim your future. 19 Hunquak, 20 Hunquad. You've just armed yourself with truly life-changing information. We've pulled back the curtain on a hidden danger and revealed two powerful allies for your brain health. Let's quickly recap your essential brain health action plan. Beware of high-dose synthetic vitamin E. Say goodbye to those high-dose dl-alpha-tocopherol supplements. Prioritize natural vitamin E from whole foods like nuts, seeds, and leafy greens. If you must supplement, opt for mixed tocopherols and keep the dose moderate, always consulting your doctor, especially if you're on blood thinners. This single step can significantly lower your hemorrhagic stroke risk. Embrace omega-3 fatty acids. Make EPA and DHA from fatty fish or high-quality supplements a cornerstone of your diet. These essential fats are vital for building resilient brain cells, reducing inflammation, and optimizing blood flow, protecting your brain from both ischemic and hemorrhagic strokes. Boost nitric oxide daily. Incorporate nitrate-rich foods like beetroot and leafy greens, and commit to regular moderate exercise. This powerful habit will fortify your arteries, lower blood pressure, and ensure your brain receives the consistent, robust blood supply it needs to thrive. Imagine waking up each day feeling mentally sharp, full of energy, and confident in your ability to live life on your own terms. Imagine having the clarity to engage in meaningful conversations, the focus to pursue your passions, and the vitality to enjoy every moment with your loved ones. This isn't a pipe dream. It's the future you can build, starting today, by implementing these science-backed strategies. Which of these vital steps are you going to implement first? Let me know in the comments below. Your commitment inspires us all. If this deep dive was helpful, if it gave you that critical knowledge you needed, please hit that like button and share it with a friend or family member who needs to hear this message. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Strong Seniors and ring that notification bell. We're here to empower you with the knowledge and tools to make this your most vibrant, sharpest, and strongest decade yet. Thanks for joining me. Let's make this our most vibrant year yet. See you in the next one.